Hi everyone, my name is Jefferson for the University of Manuel Beltran in Colombia. I want to present the quality of the process, in which we want to talk about software manufacturing models in CMMI, SPICE, iOS, IEC 5504, and iOS IEC 12207. We're gonna speak a little bit about the quality, why quality matters, and it's anyone can code. Reading code is not the challenge, to be honest. The control quality it is. Nowadays, anyone can code, but who is capable of controlling the quality of those programmings is the one that have more benefits and advantage in the industries. Uncontrolled risk, the software without quality controls carry high failure risk. Process quality focus is a maturity model, govern process, products, and service of the quality. The key concepts it's process, maturity, capacity, and standard. In process, we can see activities converting inputs into outputs. In maturity is organization's ability to deliver quality software. Capacity is a process ability to meet requirements, and standards, as I spoke before, we have some examples here. MCAC, SPICE, ISO, EONS, etc. The process of the approach of the product quality depends of the process of quality. Mature organization defines measure controls and improvement their process, while in many ones rely on the individual efforts. We have a defined process, measured process, control, and improvements. The PDCA circle ensures that continued improvements across the organization are procedured. As we're gonna speak a little bit more about the CMMI, capacity measure model integration. First, we need to know what it is. It's a global recognition standard for software process manufacturing. An organization are evaluate via the SCAPE empirical method. One of the key characteristics of this one is the powerful but costly and proximity to improvement, widely adopted in enterprises and government, organizing 5 positive major levels applicable across development, service, and acquisitions. The CMMI they have 5 maturity levels, in which have the L1, this is the initial. We have the replicable, that is L2, L3 is definable, and the manageable and optimizable. I would say the definitions we see below here, that is the initials, is unpredictable, reactable, poor control. Then it's replicable, that is project managing with the basics process, and define is the organization with the standardization process. And level 4 is the managed, is process manage and qualification control. And optimizate continuous improve driving the data. The SPICE, software processing improvements and capability determination, is based on the iOS ICA 5504. The SPICE eval organization mature and process capabilities simpler and more efficient for the CMMI. The SPICE advantage of this is the iOS based and integrations recognize lower cost and complexity than is more comprehensivity than the CMMI. Also integrates with some other procedures like the iOS 9001 to 27001, 20,000, and 2000 to 22,301, and certification, that is initial surveillance and refrigeration. SPICE 6 capabilities level. They have the level 0, that is incomplete, process not incomplete or fights in procedures. Level 1 is performs, process performs with evidence on up to. Level 2 is manageable, process planning, monitoring, and adjustment. Level 3 is established. This process adopted for a definition standard. Level 4 is predictable, control using equality techniques, and level 5 is optimized, continually improves based off the data. If we can speak here a little bit more of the IOS and EL 15504 structure and assessment model as 10 part standards for the process assessment and improvements. We'll see that there's the 10 parts here, which is part 1, concepts and vocabulary. Part 2 is performance and assessments. Part 3 is guidance on performance and assessment. Part 4 is guidance on improvement and capability. Part 5 is explain software life cycle models. Part 6 is explain system life cycle model. 7, organizational mature assessment. 8, IT service management model. 9 is target process profile. And 10 is safety extended. We have an image here that we can interpret and see how it will work in some of the process. We go to the key tip ways. The CMAI is 5 mature levels, powerful but costly. Escape upper scale. The spicy, 6 capacity levels. IES 15,504 base and simpler, and it's cheaper. The IOS is 15,504, is 10 parts standards, 2-dimensional assess model, and the IOS ESC 12,207 is the software life cycle reference for the process assessment. We have some software life cycle process here that we can talk about. Some of the IOS is the standard that provides a common framework for software life cycle process. It describes all the process involved in creating and maintaining software. Also, we have some of the IOS of the 5,500 and 12,207 is the reference process model. They perform evaluations, and the IOS ESC 50,504 tell us how to evaluate, and the 12,207 tells us what to evaluate. We have a bit more explanation of what is the IOS ESC 12,207. There is 7 process groups. These organize the process into several main groups, covering the complete software life cycle from the concept to disposal. This standard defines what to evaluate in software development process. So we'll see here has agreement process, organization project evaluation process, project process, technical process. We can see here some examples of each of these levels. In project process is planning, assess of control decisions, raise configuration, information management, measure, and technical processes, stakeholders requirements, system analyzing, architecture design, implementation, integration, qualification, testing, installation and acceptance, operation, maintenance, disposal. Level 5 is software implementation process, from requirement analysis to the construction and testing performance of the software. Level 6 is software support process, activity that supports that software throughout its life cycle. And the level 7, that is the last one, is the software source process, the process for developing and maintaining several software assets. The SPI certification in practices, we can understand that the practices steps involved in achieving and maintaining SPI certification for process quality. Initial audit is stage 1 documentation reviews. Stage 2 is on-site, that is verification of the model implementation. Then is this surveillance audit that is conducted annually to ensure the certificate system is continually maintained or ahead to. And the certification audit is performed every 3 years to comprehensively renew the SPI certificate. Audits for performance SPI assessment must be qualified according to the IOS that we spoke, and which defines the requirements to conformity assess in the bodies. In overall and conclusion of this work, we can see that the quality imperative is the superior software process, driven products quality and customer satisfaction. The CMMI versus SPI is both measure process maturity, but SPI it offers simple, more cost-effective, and integration with the IOS standards. IOS standards, EOS and ESC 5504 define how to evaluate, while IOS ESC 12200 defines what process to evaluate. And competitive advantage is process maturity is a strategic asset, not just a compliance requirements in today's software industry in all the softwares. Thank you so much for this, and that was everything for me.